playground spat going on tonight between two of our country's top political leaders. President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden are arguing over who could kick the other's backside. Given that Trump is 71 and Biden is 75, a pay-per-view cage match is probably out of the question. Correspondent Peter Ducey has reaction tonight.
It's like the WWE has taken over D.C. Round one, Tuesday in Miami.
We're in high school. I've taken command of the gym. You can tell.
I do a million of these a day.
Round two, today on Twitter, President Trump punched back. Crazy Joe Biden is trying to act like a tough guy. Actually, he is weak, both mentally and physically, and yet he threatens me for the second time with physical assault. He doesn't know me, but he would go down fast and hard, crying all the way. Don't threaten people, Joe.
He's a tough man, that Joe Biden. Oof. So, Mark, your job is to call this fight. What do you say?
I don't actually understand why he said, oh, if I was still in high school, I'd beat him up. Because to my understanding of these things, Tucker, if you're defending a lady's honor isn't generally something one associates with high school. It's something one would do after high school as a grown man.
This is the closest we've come to seeing politicians in boxing gloves since Mitt Romney did it.
He's got the champ against the ropes!
But that was for charity. This is... Liberal writers are steamed at Biden. One headline in Salon, "Hey Joe Biden, your macho fantasies about a Trump beatdown don't help women." There's also a Washington Post article titled, "Joe Biden and the Case Against Toxic Masculinity."
But since when is it okay for sensitive, evolved liberals like Joe Biden to all of a sudden be threatening to beat people up?
Well, I think this is what's fascinating. He's complaining about Trump because Trump, you can grab a woman by the whatever, and they all. And the alternative to that, as Joe Biden sees it, is I hate guys who like to grab women. I like to beat guys up who like to grab women.
No, but when President Trump was saying all this stuff during the rallies during the election, you guys had a lot to say about the rhetoric and people getting kicked the hell out. Let's not have a double standard here. I don't like double standards.
Stand up to him. Why doesn't anybody just stand?
You want somebody, because we have Secret Service, he's the President of the United States, you want somebody to take him out back and beat the crap out of him? That's not reality. Let's talk about the dead. I can't with all of it.
I'm not advocating beating up the president, but why doesn't anybody just...
just stand up to him? Now, here's what's going to happen to your behind. Here's what's going to happen to your behind. The Secret Service is going to call you.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I noticed that on the liberal websites and Salon and all those guys, they're all saying, oh, gosh, why isn't there some beta male pajama boy around when you need one? They're all actually anti-Biden.
What's this about pajama boy or pajama?
All right, now let me help explain. The White House's attempts to make Obamacare a talking point over the holidays spilled over into Twitter this week, introducing the world to Pajama Boy. The White House asked, how do you plan to spend the cold days of December? And then included this image featuring a hipsterish model wearing flannel pajamas. The text reads, wear pajamas, drink hot chocolate, talk about getting health insurance, hashtag get talking.
Wow.
Politico magazine.
Wow, then you know what?
Stop it, Joe.
That's going to get him on Main Street.
I love this. Politico magazine calls Pajama Boy a, quote, insufferable man-child.
And so Biden speaks Trump's language. So they're sort of weird reverse mirror images of one another. It's like Bizarro Trump is Joe Biden, and Bizarro Biden is Trump. So it's very weird.
The bizarro world.
I've been in a lot of locker rooms my whole life, and a pretty damn good athlete. Any guy who talked that way was usually the fattest, ugliest SOB in the room.
So Trump is a fat, ugly SOB, and the only people who talk like that are the biggest, fattest, ugliest SOBs in the room. Funny, because you're talking like that right now, Senator Biden.
I do a million of these a day.
If Biden did go to the mat with President Trump, he may have a speed advantage. As for Trump, we've seen his swing, just not in a ring. Although his body slamming has been well documented. It's tough to handicap a Trump-Biden bout, so we asked a longtime friend of the late Muhammad Ali, Senator Orrin Hatch, for help.
I feel bad for Biden. He'd be flattened right there in the fight.
I'm a counterpuncher. They go after me, I go after them.
Liberal lawmakers doubt the bout would turn heads.
I had two old crotchety uncles that used to act like that at family dinners, calling each other names, so I just think it's another example of that, I guess.
Okay, I volunteer. I won't get paid for it. I want to be the announcer on this. Okay, I want to be the announcer on this. I tweeted out some of the things that I thought would happen. Some people tweeted back some lines, so not all of these lines that we're about to hear on my own, but I do want to announce this fight. I think it would sound something like this. Something like this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ruckus in the hospice, the brawl on Geritol, the melee over the Jell-O tray, the headlock on Matlock.
And Republican senators say this would be far from the Thrilla in Manila.
I don't think that's going to be a big audience on pay-per-view.
That's because, as it turns out, Trump v. Biden may just be the undercard.
I'll say this. I think Melania could take them both.
Can you imagine if we picked a president based on who could beat up whom? It sounds pretty barbaric, but on the plus side, it's a lot harder to hack a boxing ring than a ballot box.
I mean, wouldn't that be great? Come on. This would be great for American politics. There's no way this goes wrong. Are things incredibly stupid? Yes, things are incredibly stupid, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, if you're still watching this video, you are a true Ovation Eddie fan, and I appreciate you hanging in there this long. I just found this video. I dug it out of my archives. I made this before the 2020 election, so it's been 3 years, and it's still fairly applicable. It's kind of fun to watch some of the people like Peter Ducey being that much younger back then, but wow. So yes, Biden is old and he's falling downstairs and all that, and Trump is only a few years younger than Biden, but somehow just seems much more fit, which is just amazing because I don't think he has the greatest eating habits and exercise regime, but he seems to be hanging in there. So it's kind of fun, again, to just watch this video in retrospect, considering where we are today and considering how far Biden's health has declined over these last few years. Just want to say thanks for all of you that have supported my channel all these years. I appreciate it. Looking forward to many more years ahead. And in all things, rock on.